everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jackie and today I'm here to do a book review with a twist. So today I'm splitting this video up into two different sections, a movie review as well as a book review. And the movie slash book that I am talking about today is Star Wars Revenge of the Sith by Matthew Stover. This is the novelization of the third movie in the Star Wars saga, and I've mentioned this in vlogs before, but this is my favorite movie of all time. I've seen it more times than I can possibly count at this point, and I figured since I reread the book this past February, I would just compare the two and tell you guys my overall thoughts, because I kind of have gone into detail in vlogs when I was reading it about what I thought and how I think it translated into a book from the screenplay, but I definitely want to dive more into it in this video. So this video is going to contain spoilers, so if you guys do not want to be spoiled for this book, if you have not seen the Star Wars movies in general or have not seen this particular movie, I would go ahead and skip it. But if you are okay with being spoiled or you are a Star Wars fan like I am, go ahead and continue. But without me rambling on any further, let's jump right in and get started. I'm going to start off with the movie review portion of this video. So I don't think I need to explain what the saga is about. We basically all know the basic premise of it. Even if you're not a Star Wars fan, I'm sure you've heard it before. So my overall thoughts on Revenge of the Sith, I am going to try to keep this brief because we would be here for hours if I had the chance. But I saw Revenge of the Sith for the first time in 2008. That's when I got into Star Wars in general. I was 11. And we all know the prequel movies aren't very good at all. The Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones are just bad. I mean, I still have an appreciation for them, but I overall just have mixed feelings about them in general. They're definitely on the bottom of my ranking of the movies. But for the minute I saw Revenge of the Sith for the first time, I always thought it was the best out of all the movies that were out at that point in time, and even now, and obviously the best in the prequel trilogy. And is definitely the turning point of the saga. It's very, very dark, as anybody who's seen it knows. And I just have this sense of wonder every time I see it, because we really get some major character development from Anakin in this book, or in this movie, I should say. So we all know basically Anakin's backstory. He was raised a slave on Tatooine. He became a Jedi at age 10 and blah blah blah. He gets married in Attack of the Clones, and that has a major impact on what happens in Revenge of the Sith as well. And we obviously start off with finding out Padme is pregnant, and that just changes the entire movie as a whole. So again, Anakin's character just really develops over the course of this book, mostly because of these premonitions that he is having about Padme dying in childbirth, but he's also going through these conflicting opinions on the Jedi as a whole, and obviously that leads him to turn to the dark side and become Darth Vader. And again, that is probably my favorite part of the movie, besides something else which I will talk about in a second. And I agree, the acting in this movie and the prequels in general is awful. I had liked it back when I first got into it, but as I've seen it more and more times, I definitely think it could have been better, but it's not the worst acting I've ever seen. And I can get past the terrible acting because I think Revenge of the Sith has a very, very strong plot, which Attack of the Clones and the Phantom Menace didn't have. And obviously, again, going back to Anakin's character growth, and we also have, we kind of follow his opinions on the Jedi Council and, Obi-Wan's backstory and everything that happens to him in this movie, and just the Jedi in general. We get all that. And the lightsaber battles are my favorite part of this movie in general. We obviously have a lot of them. It's a major part of the movie, but my favorite, like most people, is definitely the battle between Anakin and Obi-Wan at the very end. It's just something that has amazed me for years, and I could just rewatch that sequence over and over again, and I probably never get sick of it. I love it so much. And I think that is really where the climax of the movie is. It's where, we get the most action throughout the entire movie, is in that scene, or in that scene sequence, if I'm making any sense. And obviously we see from there Anakin's transformation into the suit, becoming Darth Vader after, he's burned alive on Mustafar from the lava. And yeah, it all takes off from there. Padme dies at the end of the movie. And yeah, that's the entire movie in its entirety, as most of you guys know. Anybody who's seen it already knows that. So again, it's just something that I love. I also really like the fallen hero trope as well as the anti-hero and the good versus evil tropes. I love those, and the Revenge of the Sith also has all three of those, so that is probably why I like it so much. But yeah, that's just my basic overall thoughts on the movie, why I love it so much, and it is probably, unless episode 9 absolutely blows me away, gonna be my favorite of all time for many years to come. Alright, and now I'm going to move on to the book review portion of this video, and this is going to be brief as well, because I'm basically just trying to tell you guys what I thought about how it translated from screenplay into book format. So, I think Stover did a great job at bringing this movie into book format. It definitely translated well from one format to another, and he also added some much needed dialogue and scenes into the book without changing the entire storyline as a whole, which I really loved. And yeah, I could picture everything that was going on in my mind because, again, I've seen the movie so many times and reread this book. But even if I hadn't seen the movie and I just picked up the book, I think I could picture it in my mind as well. And yeah, just really great adaptation. If you guys haven't read this and you don't like the movie, I recommend picking this up. I gave it 5 stars on Goodreads. I highly recommend it. That's everything I'm going to have for this video, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not already. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Be sure to let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about Revenge of the Sith as a whole, as I would love to know. And as always, all my social media links are linked down below for you guys to go check out if you'd like to follow me on any of those. And all being said, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you soon for another video. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye!